All right. All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are joining us from. Thank you for joining us. This is Living Health TV. I am Dr. Gbenga Adebayo, and today I'm glad that you have chosen to join us. I'm delighted that you are here with us, and we want to take a look and discuss today on surprising findings about alcohol, about all the alcohol. Well, there are different types of alcohol, and if I have time, I'll discuss a little bit about that. And then we'll now talk about what this research is telling us compared with what we used to know before now. So thank you for joining us. If this is your first time of joining us and you have not subscribed to this channel, I want to appeal to you to please go ahead and click the subscribe button. Don't forget to press the bell so that every time we have fresh content, apart from this our live shows, we have loads of content. We have shorts, we have area doctor, we have health 101, we have health on the street documentaries. We have a whole lot of entertainment, healthy entertainment for you on Living Health TV. So I want to beg you to subscribe and don't forget to share. And as we have this our discussion today, please remember to click the like button, ask your questions, say the things that you want to say so that we can all learn together. So please go ahead and do so. I'll be taking your questions as you send them in. All right. So today we want to talk about alcohol. Alcohol. What is alcohol? What is it? What does it mean? How does it go? So alcohol basically is ethanol, and we have various types of alcohol. We have different types, but the one that we consume, which is what is in the ethanol, ethyl is alcohol, which is what is in your beer, different units in your beer, in your whiskey, in your spirits, your wines, and all those. So that is that. There are also some other alcohol, which if you take some of them, you may die. Methanol, for instance, it's not well processed ethanol. If you take methanol, you will cross over. So methanol, and then of course you have the alcohol, the industrial alcohols that you find in your methylated spirits, in your sanitizers. Those are not for consumption. Please don't take them. We have a lot of people, we have instances. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, and thank you for dropping a chat. So as you join us, please drop something in the chat box. Let us hear from you. So we have all those ones. Now, what an alcohol is? I don't know. If you take alcohol, maybe you can put your hands up. Or if you don't take it, a lot of people take alcohol, and people, it's a social. It's there. It's something that is there in the environment, and contrary to what I thought, it's something that is not so expensive. Growing up as a child, let me tell you a little bit about my experience with alcohol. Growing up as a child, I used to think when I see adults take alcohol and smack their lips and I used to say to myself, oh, I look forward to growing old. When I grow old, because they didn't give me, I was a kid, they didn't give me. And I would look at them take stout, take beer, and they smack their lips and it looks like, wow, these guys are really, really enjoying. They are living the life. So I said to myself, when I grow old, me too, I look forward to being able to take alcohol. Lo and behold, I don't know how old I was, but I snuck. So I don't think I was of age. I'm not sure. Was I of age? Yeah, but when I was about a bit older, an older child in my late teens, I just, okay, this thing that people have been smacking their lips all about, let me taste it. and I put it to my mouth. What is this? It was, to me, was bitter. So, and since I didn't take enough and didn't give enough time for the drug, the ethanol in it to act, so that's how yours truly never really got the taste of alcohol. So I guess maybe I'm not I'm not in the best position to say to people take or don't take, because I've never really, or to stop taking, because I've never really been, alcohol to me was a bitter experience. So alcohol, the taste of alcohol, I think it's an acquired taste. I think it's people that take it and then give the drug it enough time to act, then the taste becomes acquired. And so that also leads us to the next thing I want to say, that alcohol, the active ingredient in alcohol, what does it do? It is something that goes to, in different doses, it does different things. Yeah? In low doses, alcohol will inhibit your centers that repress you. It excites you. It makes you bold. It gives you courage. Life becomes a little bit more colorful. You that you could not talk before, you can go out and say, yeah, 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 yeah. I am good. You can sing, you can do things that you would normally, that your higher centers may tell you not to do them. You become disinhibited. Yeah, more playful. But at higher doses, alcohol starts to depress your brain. So you start to have slurred speech. Yeah, you start to, you can go become drowsy. You can't walk straight. You can't walk in a straight line. If you've seen policemen try to do an alcohol test for someone, you just tell you, okay, put your motor function becomes disoriented. And then, of course, in yet higher doses, you can actually die. You can go into a coma if you take high enough dose of alcohol. For me, that I'm not used to alcohol, I don't need to take too much. That leads me to the next thing I need to say about alcohol, and that's that alcohol is an enzyme inducer. What does that mean? So, if before now you took half a glass of alcohol to give you a certain effect, it gave you a certain effect, sure banker, you could just take half a glass. After a while, because of the functions of the enzymes that treat alcohol in your liver, that same quantity of alcohol will not achieve that same effect. You will need to use more to achieve the same effect. You need to, your capacity to consume more and more and more alcohol starts to occur, and that puts a strain on what? Your liver, because it's your liver that largely processes alcohol in your body. There are a few other things, you excrete it through other means, you excrete it through your skin. So that's why if someone that takes alcohol, you sweat on the skin, has that alcoholic flavor. If I may say that. Okay, so that the physiology I've talked about it. I don't want to make us doctors, but I've spoken a little bit about it. So before now, the public health advice about alcohol has been that, okay, drink in moderation. And some research findings many years ago, but I was in medical school when that research was published. That would be now over 20 years. And the research said that a little bit of alcohol, particularly red wine, was cardioprotective, that it protects your heart and does not make you prone to having heart attack. So that became a reason that, okay, let's go, let's get alcohol, let's just drink in moderation, let's just take a little. And that was the conversation. So people red wine, but what I know from a lot of people, our friends, take one glass. Like I said, remember what I said, alcohol is an enzyme inducer. So if you are taking alcohol, particularly for an effect, you are maybe self-medicating your depression, or you are even just somebody that likes to have a good time. You want to feel good. You want to feel awesome. So You take a glass to feel awesome. Next time a glass is not going to do, so you want to take two, you want to take three. And then, of course, when you are drinking in a company, you don't want to be the one, you don't want to be the party pooper. You don't want to spoil the party. So you start to take, and then most people don't take just that little. So they take a lot. They take more than what we'll consider a glass of red wine with a meal. People hardly take, at least most people that drink, they hardly take a glass with that. So that was a conventional teaching. A glass of red wine was okay, was cardioprotective. But as that's the beautiful thing about research. Layer upon layer, we add to the body of knowledge. We increase and get better as knowledge is increased. So we now got to know with time that it was not the ethanol, the ethyl alcohol in red wine that was beneficial. It was the polyphenols, it was the other things. And those other things are also found in other food items. You find them in grapes without the grape being fermented. You find them in fruits. You find them in other things. So the protective effect that was observed with red wine was not because of the alcoholic content. So that's one. Then as we did, so the one that came out, earlier in the year that said to us earlier in the year 2021 that that alcohol in little doses is dangerous. That even in little doses, and then the Lancet study came out. Let me open that page so that I can read some of the findings to us. You see, when we talk about research for us in public, I'm a public health physician. There are different types of research findings have different weights. They have we call them class level of evidence. The lowest level of evidence, which we still accept, but it's still evidence, is when you do a case study. When you say something happened to me, and then because it happened to me, I'm reporting it. It's fine. It's good. It's important for us to know what has happened to you. But that something happened to you doesn't make it what is the general fact that happens to everybody. It doesn't. But we now have the top level of research. The high grade level of research include what we call meta-analysis. So somebody has done a few studies here and there, and then of course when we talk about studies, experimental studies, the highest one is what we call prospective studies. That's when you take a group of people, you separate them into groups, and then you follow them over a period of time, and then you try to balance out for things, biases. Let me not confuse. You try to cover up the things. Those two groups are essentially the same, apart from what you are trying to find out. They are essentially the same groups of people. Then if you now have many studies that combines this kind of report that people are essentially the same, the only difference between them is this particular thing that you are trying to study. So you can observe the effect of that thing in two different groups of people. And that is what the Lancet Global Burden of Disease tried to do. So they took different data sets, different data from different people all over the world, different types of studies, prospective studies inclusive, and then they put them together and they analyzed them. And then they came with a bombshell in August. What was that bombshell? Alcohol at any level is dangerous. Yes, they acknowledged and they saw it. Their data showed that alcohol may be cardioprotective. That's some types of alcohol, red wine and co. There's some people that consume those spirits, those beverages. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. People that consume those beverages, that it may be cardioprotective, but when you compare it with all the other risks of alcohol, either in beer, champagne, give me, maybe you can type some of the other things, in whiskey, whatever it is, that there is danger. Let me read some of the things that they wrote for us. So the global is in the Lancet. The Lancet is one of the leading journals. They can make mistakes sometimes, but really, one of the leading journals. Is a peer-reviewed journal. So that means before you put out something, other experts in that field, take a look at it and be sure that you are not forging data, that your methods are correct, and that beyond that, you are reading the right things from your result, and that you are not just you didn't just pull it out of your head. So what did they say? Globally, the findings, I'm just reading the abstract here. Globally, alcohol use was it was a global study, so they didn't just study alcohol, they were studying the burden of disease generally, how sick people are. Globally, alcohol use was the 7th leading risk factor for death and DALYs in 2016. What does DALY mean? So DALY is what we call disability adjusted life years. So death is not a good measure of how deadly a disease is. No, there are some diseases that don't kill you, but they stop you from walking. They stop you from doing anything. For instance, somebody that is crippled is not dead, but the road traffic accident that caused him to become crippled didn't kill him. So we may say, oh, he's fine. But he's not fine. No. The guy has become paralyzed from the neck down. He cannot do anything. So that's a disability that is going to affect him for a number of years. So DALY is a good measure to see how serious a particular disease is. For instance, depression may not kill, well, it kills some people. But if you compare depression and malaria is not a good, because malaria also causes high level of DALYs. But if you compare depression and malaria, depression is a bigger problem, even though malaria kills more people. Depression is a far bigger problem as far as DALYs are concerned, compared to, say, cancer. I think that's a better fit. Cancer, you get cancer, you die. But if you take depression and cancer, you will see that depression causes more problems. It did more problems than, say, cancer of the breast, which is a terrible disease, very terrible disease. Right? Okay. And to say it accounted for 2.2% of age standardized female deaths and 6.8% of men that died. So if 10 men died, let me use 100 men died in that 2016, almost 7 of them were killed by alcohol. Let that sink in. So if 1 million people die, 68,000 of them were killed by alcohol. 68,000 people. In fact, if you get to WHO tells us that as high as 3 million people, I can't remember the particular figure now, die every year as a result of alcohol. Millions of people, over 1 million people, are killed every year as a result of it. Let's continue to read this study. It said among the population aged 15 to 49 years, which is a productive age group, alcohol use was the leading risk factor globally in 2016. The leading risk factor for ill health, for death in 2016 was alcohol. So, what this study is telling us is that alcohol is a dangerous drug. Is a dangerous substance. I know some of my friends will say, oh, Ducky, don't come again, the abolitionist. I'm not an abolitionist. No, I don't think I'd like to call myself that. But we need to recognize that alcohol can be dangerous. I think that's the first thing to recognize. Abolitionism does not, I don't think it works. I don't think I don't think so. But we can put some strategies in place to protect people from the harm of alcohol, from the dangers of alcohol, particularly underage people. If you go around in places, you see, especially in this environment, sometimes I go around late in the evening and I see somebody wearing like a billboard back and front, with lights all around him, selling alcohol in sachets and asking people, buy this, get this, buy it, get this, in sachets, in small sachets. I used to think, because I don't drink, I don't drink alcohol. I used to think that alcohol was very expensive until I went into a store and I saw that if the, I can buy enough alcohol to kill me with less than $2. Huh? I used to think all these things, when I see them put it with the packaging, I used to think they were pretty expensive. Yeah, there are some pretty expensive ones. No, there's some pretty expensive brands. But you can get legally walking in. I think alcohol is too cheap. We need to raise the prices of some of these things, and and government should make, because when somebody falls ill, because this study was a disease on the body, disease of body. So, and when some people fall sick, you place pressure on the health system. So I think there needs to be higher tariffs on alcohol. There needs to be higher tariffs on alcohol. Children should not be allowed to buy alcohol. It needs, we need to get serious about protecting children from getting addicted to alcohol. Because that's another thing altogether now. Because now we haven't just talking about the substance, but alcohol addiction is a big problem for so many people. I have friends, when they saw this, some of them even said to me, please, I hope you are going to talk to me about how I can stop it. I want to stop it, but they can't stop it. So what does that mean? They're addicted. Anything that takes priority over what you do, how you do it, that thing is your master. So how do you know you're an alcoholic? A lot of people are alcoholics in denial. If you wake up in the morning and the first thing you want to do is to take a drink to step down what happened yesterday, you need to start to be careful. If you start to think, you are thinking in your mind that I am drinking too much. I am drinking too much. And it's something you are pondering. Or people start to complain about you that you are drinking too much. You may need to take a look at your drinking. If you find yourself getting angry whenever people talk about your drinking habit, you need to watch it. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. And if you feel that you think you have been told alcohol is not good for your health, or you need to cut down, you need to stop, and you find yourself unable to do so, then it's a problem that you need to confront. And the earlier you confront it and say, yes, I think I am an alcoholic, the better for you. Then you can start to seek help. You can look for help and get the help that you deserve, that you need, that you urgently need. Cut down your alcohol. If you can stay with alcohol, I will encourage you to totally stay with it. But if you think, once in a while, you want to just that for now, alcohol is legal, so it's fine. But for your health's sake, I will encourage you to reduce as to the barest minimum you're drinking, so that you are just because this thing is risky. It carries risk. It's not just having fun. Cut it down. Cut it down. Cut it down. Okay. You say, hope somebody is leaving. Okay, I hope everybody is listening. Let's cut down on alcohol. Okay, we spent about 30 minutes discussing now. So I'll be happy to take questions. If you have any question, or you don't agree with what I've said, that's why we're here. It's a discussion. Please go ahead and drop your questions there. Remember to like this video if you are watching and you have not liked it. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to it. If you are just joining in, fantastic. This video is going to be up again. You can watch it again and again. But what we have said, what latest recent findings tell us, is that alcohol at any level is dangerous. is dangerous. So the onus lies upon us, policymakers, you, everybody, to find ways to mitigate the risks with alcohol. I've given some public health advice I think needs to be implemented. The price of alcohol needs to go up. Yeah, taxes, by taxes, the price needs to go up. Children need to be protected from having access to and consuming alcohol. We should prohibit the sales of alcohol in sachets. Yeah, because you see it. So somebody is a cab driver, is an Okada. Okada is a commercial. If you're watching, you're an international viewer. A commercial taxi or motorbike driver, and the person before it just takes 15 naira, 100 naira. That's maybe cents, less than dollar, half 50 cents, and it just and he drinks it. And little by little, is inebriated and he does not know it. And yet, so all those little access to alcohol needs to be curbed. Alcohol should not be sold in sachets. It should not be. It should not be available. Somebody hawking it and just putting it, because you don't hawk poisons. So we need to control it. So if you have questions, I will be happy to take your questions. And if you just comment, please go ahead and drop your comment, drop your questions. Yeah, you can see. And while you are here, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. You can also get in touch with me after now. My IG handle is at Dr. Adebayo. That's DRADEBAYO, Dr. Adebayo. So I'll be happy to connect with you, ask questions. We'll be happy to have them. We have comments, you have questions. Thank you, Temitope. Thank you for joining in. Okay, so if you have any question, please go ahead. And if you need, somebody needs to watch this, someone that needs to watch this, that needs to listen to this, please go ahead and share this with them. Go ahead and share it with them. Alcohol, the evidence strongly suggests that alcohol is dangerous. So we need to cut it down. We need to reduce it to the barest minimum. Yeah? Okay, so any other question? Okay, great. Any other question? If there are no questions, I think I'd like to say thank you to everyone that has joined us for today. What about alcohol in other products like perfume? Yeah, at the beginning we said that there are different types of alcohol. That should not be consumed. That's dangerous. No, you don't consume the alcohol in sanitizers. And do you know what? If you search, some children in some places were consuming sanitizer, drinking sanitizer. No, that can kill you. Can kill you. So you don't want to do that. Yeah, it will harm you. So the alcohol in thank you, Dr. Bala. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. So the alcohol that you have in your sanitizer, and then even the home brews, they have it. Some people they brew alcohol themselves, and that can be dangerous, because if you don't complete the chemical process properly, what you are going to get is methanol. And that's why you read in papers sometimes that some people drank some homebrew and 10 people died, 20 people died. What they drank was methanol. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. Michael Adebayo, some people started taking a lot of red wine when they heard it was good for the heart. Awesome discussion again today. Well, thank you. So even when the research suggested red wine was good, the research still showed us that it was in moderate quantities. And what was that moderate? A glass with a meal, not a bottle. So if you are drinking a bottle, if you were drinking a bottle, and you are even now, if you say you are drinking a bottle of red wine, so it's protecting my heart. No. The alcohol, the ethanol, the ethyl alcohol inside it is harming your body. Cut down on alcohol. And some people do a lot of crazy things as well. They combine alcohol with energy drinks, and there are all of these energy drinks are with all kinds of names right now. Be very careful. Those things can be harmful. All right. Okay. Thank you. Do we have more questions? Thank you, Mero. Hey, Mero. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Dari. Do you have any question? Any question? We'll be happy to take them. Okay. Any question? Great. No more questions. So, thank you so much for watching. Okay, before I go, area I don't talk about this matter small before. So, may you go watch Anna. May you go watch the one thing we do. Say, Shayo Navas that. Maybe then go plate the link on top this place. With the thing we don't talk about, we say alcohol at any level, any kind level where you take come, alcohol dangerous. You say you just a shark, you just a flanger. Waiting the shark don't tell us. We say any level, any even that small one, as you take come, they don't compare, they don't do research work, very good research, solid obonge research. At any level, alcohol feel they cause problems. So the best advice we say, man, make you shine your eye, make your eye dey clear, make you there should be, make you drink water. Water no dey cause problem. Make you drink water. Thank you so much for joining us. Until we come again, we'll be here again next week Friday at 3 p.m. to take a look at another interesting topic. Until then, stay well, stay inspired, stay blessed, stay healthy. And like area doctor we say, life, you don't get duplicate. God bless you.